How you doing? This is Black Shy Guy here. Thanks for joining me in my channel once again. As you can see, I revamped a lot of things on my channel. It's basically going to be about my life. Basically, you're going to be able to see what I do, what I work, because I did buy a very, very good camera. So basically, you're going to be able to see what else I do. You know what I mean? I really appreciate the latest support I've been getting. I really appreciate you guys very much. Believe me, I really do. And I try to talk to as much of you guys as possible. You know, I try to comment on every single comment I see. Even when it's rude, I try to comment on it. You know what I mean? But even when it's rude, I don't give it time or the pleasure. You know what I mean? I just say, hey, thanks for stopping by or whatever the case may be. But once again, thanks for joining me at my table. This is Black Shy Guy. We're here with a new video. We're going to look at Ariel Helwani talking to Joanna jedrzejczyk. She finally is coming out. I am so eager to find out what she's about to say about what's going on with her career, who she wants to fight, and what she actually deserves. Once again, this is Black Shy Guy. Thanks for sitting at my table. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, though, let's hold up. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button. Even subscribe for any upcoming new videos I got coming up. This way you get notified, baby. Anyway, let's dive in. Here we got it. You know what I mean? As before we continue, make sure you check out Ariel's channel, MMA Hour, which is very interesting. He gets to talk to a lot of celebrity fighters. Make sure you go check him out, show him some love. All right, let's dive into this interview.
Greatest ever in UFC history, the former UFC strawweight champion, the one and only Joanna champion, aka Joanna jedrzejczyk, with the belt. How are you, Joanna? Long time no speak.
Oh man, I'm good. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to be back on your
Yes.
show. And I don't know what to say. I'm just happy. I'm just happy, man. And the next one is going to be even better. I feel it.
Okay.
I can tell you. Like people can say whatever they want to, but I feel the happiness
He's got the
again,
most haters,
and
I'll
it's
tell you
good to
that
feel
much.
it. Not only the fire, not only the motivation, not only being passionate about, but feeling happiness. It's like so awesome, you know.
I love the happiness. It's great to see you happy. So let's start here, Joanna, because as you know, I've been trying to talk to you for a while now. We were supposed to do it a couple weeks ago. The timing wasn't right. But now the
2
time.
weeks ago, yeah.
Yes, but now hopefully the timing is right, and it comes on the heels of us finding out that you were removed from the rankings. Why were you removed from the rankings?
Wow.
2 weeks ago,
That's
I
what
went up in the ranking.
Yes.
Pound for pound women's UFC ranking and the strawweight ranking. It's not like I do not care, but I do not care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother. It doesn't bother me. That's the thing, you know. Doesn't change anything because when I will be back, I will be back in the ranking, and rankings don't fight. This is what I did a post about, and a few days later it happened, you know. And yeah, that's it. What I can say.
But what, like,
what can I say? Nothing, you know.
Did they tell you that they were doing this? Like, is there more to the story?
Yes, they did. They did. Mick called us. He said that if I gonna pull out of the fight, they're gonna take me out of the rankings because the girls are complaining. But I think it's more about me not fighting. It's been a while. It's been 19 months. So I agree to that. You know me. I always put on show. And they're not gonna give me girl from out 20 from number. They're not gonna give me girl number 20, 15, 10, 5. They're gonna give me someone good because they wanna use my legacy, my name to promote the show and sell pay-per-view. That's the thing, you know. So I do not care about it.
Okay. And you said that Mick, when he called you,
but the negotiations are going to be even harder, you know. Yeah.
Why are they going to be hard?
Before we continue, I believe the negotiations is going to be hard. I mean, they removed her for a good reason. I mean, she hasn't fought for a while. It's been 19 months, like she said. But the negotiations is gonna be harder before we climb into what she says, is because I don't believe UFC is gonna give her exactly what she wants, money wise. I believe that she thinks that she's worth way more than what they can offer. You know what I mean? And I believe that Joanna jedrzejczyk, the money she's wanting, is the money UFC can't afford to give her. I mean, let's call it spade of spades. If you're not as high as Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor the way they were, you're not gonna get that top dollar. You know what I mean? No matter how great Joanna is, she's not gonna get Conor McGregor money. So I think that's the type of money she's kind of looking for, and she does draw a big crowd, but she doesn't draw Ronda Rousey crowd. Well, the crowd Ronda Rousey used to draw, and she doesn't definitely draw Conor McGregor crowd, and I believe that's the money she's looking for. It has to be because I don't believe Dana. I believe Dana knows she has a champion in Joanna jedrzejczyk, despite the fact that she lost twice to Rose, she lost once to Wei Lee, but she lost to very good contenders. But I believe Dana White still thinks that Joanna can make a comeback, but I don't believe he's willing to spend that top dollar on her yet.
Harder.
I agree. I agree to that. I agree to that because I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't understand Mick. I understand the decision, but I don't get it, man. So why they brought me up in the ranking and they take me out? But I do not care. I do not care. Rankings don't fight. So I will be back soon.
You said something just before. You said Mick told you that if you would turn down the fight, they had to remove you from the rankings. Which fight? Which fight did they offer you?
There's so many fights, but stupid fights. But
Joanna,
I'm
you gotta
waiting
mention it.
for Rose and Wadey.
That's what you want.
That's it. Yes.
And the fight that they offered, I wonder what fight they offered, because the only thing I do agree with Dana White making the decision is her fighting Rose again. I don't believe Joanna should get in the octagon with Rose, especially from a long, very long absence from the octagon. You want to get in with Rose, your first comeback from 19 months, even after that injury that you sustained from Wei Lee. I believe that's a bad decision for her to go up against Rose, or to even go up against Wei Lee after a 19-month absence. I believe she has to fight someone, get warmed up in the octagon, and then fight those two. But then, if you look at it from Dana's perspective, you fight one to get warmed up in the octagon, he's going to want you to climb back up again. But is that something Joanna actually wants to do? You know what I mean? Does she actually have to climb up the ranking again just to get a fight with Joanna or Wei Lee? Especially whoever loses, I hope is Rose that loses. Whoever loses, whether it's Rose or Wei Lee, I'm assuming the winner, well, I don't know. She will not get the winner. She should get the loser of that fight. That's who she should get. She should not get the winner. She should not get the winner. Absolutely not. What will be understandable, let's say Wei Lee loses, that would be a good match to make. Joanna against Wei Lee. That would be a really good match to make. But is it? Because if Wei Lee loses to Rose again, who wants to see Wei Lee or Joanna fight Rose for the third time when they lost both fights? You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say, once again, this fight Wei Lee has with Rose, this upcoming fight that's coming very soon, she can't lose that fight. She gotta win it. She gotta win it for her to stay important. You know what I mean? Not that she won't be important, but she's gonna go. It's gonna be bad for her. But who wants to see a part 3 if Wei Lee loses? Who wants to? I won't even want to, as much as I love Wei Lee.
The winner, or I can take even the second place. You know.
Did you say this to them?
I just want to put on big fights. You see the belt, you know, they know this. Dana knows, and you know, Dana is a real businessman. But I know Mick. He has different job, and he has to make his own money. And I bet he makes money out of making fights. So I understand, but we have different agreement with Dana, you know, and Dana always back it up. And I remember what the UFC have told me after the fight, that I can take as much time as I can, and I will be back to the top, to fighting the best. So I mean, I'm guessing the champion or the number one.
Joanna, when they tell you that, when they tell you you can take as much time as you want, especially after a loss with Rose and then you lose to Rose again, then you lose to Wei Lee, is because honestly, they don't know where to put you. When they told you that, Joanna, as beautiful of a fighter that you really are, and I believe you do still bring a big draw. You're still important. You're still great. And I believe Dana knows that, but Dana can't offer you the money that you want, despite the draw that you bring in. I don't know the money that you want, but when they told you that, it's because they're trying to figure out what to do now. Because I really do believe nobody wants to see a Joanna and Rose 3. I mean, she beat you twice already. You have to beat at least 3 to 4 people again to go at least against Rose again, because to fight one person and you go to Rose again, and do you really want that? Do you really want Rose in an immediate rematch after one fight and after she fights one fight? Do you really want to tangle with Rose that soon? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They gotta talk to her.
That's it.
After the recent Marina Rodriguez versus Mackenzie Dern fight, Dana White was asked about you, and he said something to the effect of, you know, Joanna has so much money, she doesn't have to do this, and that. To me, it sounded like he was saying you might never come back. Did you see his comments?
But I will be back. No, I heard that. I saw some, but I want to be back, and he knows it. And I know he's a real businessman because it's a business as well. Because I've been doing this for the last 18 years, and I don't know, I'm calm because I know I have the right people. I'm surrounded by good people. Jennifer Goldstein, CAA management, Dan Lambert, ATT, Mikey Brown, Katal Kubi, same people. And I know I'm good, I'm safe, and I will be back. That's it, you know. I'm just waiting for my comeback. Doesn't matter when, where. I know the date. I know the exact date. Nick, he offered me some fights, but because of the timing, I couldn't take it. You know, I couldn't sign it because I'm still in Poland and I'm running my businesses. I will be back to the States in the second part of January, so I will need extra time with my coaches, with ATT. I wish I was back now, but I really have to take care of
22 months, basically,
from outside
Joanna.
the gym, because people think they know a lot about me, but they don't. You know, I'm focused on so many things, so many hobbies, passions, businesses, and I'm not going to be fighting forever. And I'm trying to get as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a hard worker, and you know this. But like I said in the beginning of this interview, I feel the happiness is the most important thing. It's not only about the fire, the motivation, because I'm training like a beast. Every time, every training is even better, you know. And what's surprising me that I'm getting better, you know, more smart, more calm.
You are one of the most decorated champions in UFC history.
Absolutely.
Why even, like, what is
people forgot about, but I really do not care.
Who forgot? No one forgot. The real.
Come on, Ariel. Come on, Ariel. Now you're not being 100. Keep it 100, Ariel. Keep it 100. A lot of people forgot about Joanna because of the 2 losses with Rose and the 1 loss with Whaley. I don't understand how you can forget about Joanna. Even if there's a difference. You have to separate hate and respect. Those are 2 different things. You can hate or love your enemy or whatever, but you got to have some respect, especially if they're a contender, if they're a threat. You got to respect that. And Joanna, I don't see how you can lose respect for Joanna, especially what she brought to that to the strawweight division. How can you lose respect for Joanna? Whether you like her or dislike her because of her taunting or whatever, you got to respect her. She's elite. She's elite. So how can you not respect that? Doesn't matter what she did in her taunts. If she got in people's faces and she got in your favorite fighter's faces and taunted your favorite fighter, you got to respect that. You got to respect her because she's a good fighter, whether you like her or not.
Real fans didn't forget.
And there are people who know who the real Joanna is, and that's it. That's it.
But my question is, why even come back? Like, what is
But I know
motivating
I
you
will
to come back?
for fighting, you know. I love this sport and I just want to be back for fans, but I want to do it for myself, you know. It's not selfish, but I want to do it for myself. I want to put the dot on I, but it's not like I want to do the last fight because I want to do more and more, but I needed this time. I'm sitting here. I chose this place to show the belt, you know. I have been there. I was there and I have 6 of this, you know. I actually 2 are missing. And one day Dana promised me that I'm going to get the rest of my belts.
And take notes. Nobody has defended the title longer than her. Only Rousey was able to defend the title as long as Joanna did. Take a mental note of that.
Because I should have 6. The 5 I defended and the one I won with Carla, but it doesn't change anything. Of course, maybe my ego or maybe my goals, my dreams, but it's all about different things, you know. It's all about the titles inside us, the real champions. But I just want to fight, you know. I'm proud of myself. I said this 19 months ago after the fight with Whaley. I'm proud of myself of going to the wars, you know, and I'm proud of myself. And I want to put on hell of a performance and fight one more time, again and again.
How many fights do you have left on your contract?
Only one.
Oh, they keep on extending it because I'm not fighting, but I had 1 fight. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe I
She
have 2
1.
fights. I don't know.
I don't think
you know, I have good life, and you saw me after my last fight. Lucky me, it was only a small injury because I did MRI and CT on my head 2 months ago, and I'm healthy. I'm good, but after 18 years being in the sport, I realized that something could happen to me, and I know the risk.
Exactly. That's what that fight did to Joanna. It kind of, I really do think, and let me get this straight. Let me be honest here. I'm assuming, but I really think I'm close to what happened to Joanna. That fight got in her head. That fight really got in her head because I think she's seen how dangerous the sport can be when she got into that scuffle with Whaley and what happened to her after the Whaley fight. That got into her head mentally. So now she's at a different space right now. So she's like, I got to get as much money as possible, as fast as possible, because I'm not going to be in this sport forever. I'm not going to be getting hit in my face forever. And that's what she's basically saying in the negotiations. I definitely believe that's what she's saying because she said it last time before she was going to negotiate with them. She was going to ask for big money. You know why? Because she's like, I'm not going to get my head beat up like excuse me, like what happened last time for little money. You guys got to pay me, especially with the draw that I brought. And that's what she has to wait in. But I just don't think Dana's going to budge.
Make good money outside the octagon, but I'm working hard. It's not only my name, but I have to put on work every single day. I don't sleep as much as I want to sleep, but I love my life. And, you know, I feel like I sell the pay-per-view, but I don't get any points anymore. But I'm not complaining, you know, I'm not the champ anymore, but I feel like I deserve a little bit more. But I will discuss this at the table with Dana, with matchmakers. I feel good, you know, I want to be back to the UFC octagon soon.
When's the last time you spoke to Dana?
3 weeks ago. We exchanged some messages. And so that's why I was a little bit surprised after mixed messages, phone calls to Jennifer Goldstein, my manager, and then Lambert. But that's fine, you know. I love Mick. I really like him, and I understand him. They have to pull me out of the rankings. But people make such a big thing about it. But I'm calm. I do not worry about. there's nothing to worry about because I will be back in the ranking, you know. And even if they put me in the like, if I'm going to be the last, doesn't matter to me because my next fight is going to be big because, like I said, they have to use me. They
Exactly.
want
The
to use me.
return, her
They know
return is
how
going to
to
be
use
big
me.
draw.
My name.
Do you feel like you have been disrespected? Do you feel like you've been disrespected
No,
by
I
this
think
process?
No, I do not.
I think
I
she's
do
been
not.
disrespected.
I do not.
I definitely.
Honestly, I do. I'm not. No, I feel like
Yes.
I'm not. No,
Yes,
I
you
do
have.
not.
Can I read the tea leaves here and just be as honest as possible? It feels, at least to me, knowing how these things go in the sport, they want you to come back and they want you to fight probably Marina. And you said, doesn't make sense, not a big name, whatever, you want to fight for the belt or the loser of the title
I
fight.
didn't say this. I didn't say this, but I know my rights. I know my value, and I don't know. I'm waiting for my shot. You know.
Yeah.
Marina Rodriguez is in what, 3, 4 fighting win. She's in a 3 or 4 winning streak, I believe. That would have been a big draw for Joanna. Um, I really don't know why she would turn that down if it is Marina Rodriguez, because that's that's a big draw. That's a good fight, and the fact that they both almost seem to fight similar. Obviously, I believe Joanna's. I mean, the only one who could strike better than Joanna, honestly, is Rose. I mean, Rose proved that Rose can strike better than Joanna. I don't think. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think outside of. I think Joanna and Whaley are like quite even when it comes to striking. The only thing Whaley has over Joanna is the power, you know. But I think that's what makes Rose elite above them in a way because it's her is Rose ability to strike and be consecutive with it, and at that reach and at that power, when she has reach over them and they have to get on the inside in that, it's like, I don't know, but that would have been a good fight. I went kind of left there. That would have been a good fight with Marina and Joanna. I understand she understands her value, but I can't tell anybody what to do, but I think she should have took it.
And then
After
as a
giving
result of
fight,
that,
like I gave with Whaley Zhang, I deserve the top of the top.
I think she
did
wanted
you
Whaley
hear
again.
her comments about you after her fight? Marina's comments.
No, I haven't, and I don't want to hear. I don't need it, you know. I clear my patch, and I don't need it, you know. I don't need it because I know who I am, and I know, like I said, I know my rights, and I know what I want to. And it's not only about myself, about me, because there's so many athletes, so many strawweight fighters in the UFC, but I know what I'm going for. I'm on a mission. That's it. And I will do step by step. If it's meant to be, will be. And if I will need more time or if
This is the only thing. I'm sorry for stopping it, but I need to stop it. I need to get things off my chest, and I'm really honest about what I need to say when I'm watching these interviews. Um, I do believe Joanna has to understand though. She lost 3 consecutive fights. When is enough to say, hey, you got to climb back up the ranking now? It has to start somewhere. I mean, after you lose 4 fights or 5 fights, is that when? I mean, it has to start somewhere. You lose 3 consecutive fights, 3 big fights. They gave you 3 big fights. 3. I mean, can you really complain to Dana about that? I mean, can you? Do you have ammunitions after they gave you 3 big main event fights? You lose all 3?
they will need
I
more
love you,
time,
Joanna, but come
I
on
will
now.
give them the time. There is nothing to lose. I'm already very decorated athlete. I have so many titles, but I just want to do it for myself
You said earlier, I know the date. You said, I know the
and
date.
for the money as well.
Right.
The date, March, April.
Okay.
April.
Okay.
I've been
Wow.
training last 2 months. I've been training really hard.
Oh.
I see some changes. I see the improvements in my training camp.
So that's 23 to 24 months without us seeing Joanna, and that's just her getting. That's not. It's not even a definite. So that's 23 to 24. That's too long. That's too long. And you want Rose away Lee after that? You really want those elites after 23 months without fighting? No, Joanna. I wouldn't even suggest you fight Marina Rodriguez and the tear she's on. I mean, I mean,
in my strength and ground game and boxing as well. I just can't wait. I wish, like I said, I wish I was back to ATT to my Katel. I love them so much, but I have to finish some things here in Poland because for the last 18 years, I've been like living everything here in Poland, my passions, my businesses, my life. But now I wanna put everything together and just go back to not worry about.
all right. I think we got what we really wanted to get out of Joanna in this interview, and I think I'm gonna end it right there. I just don't think that she should be asking for the elites. I don't think she's ready for it. She's been out of the octagon for 19 months, and now she's coming back like around March, April. 23 to 24 months out of the octagon, and you want to fight an elite. I don't think taking the Marina Rodriguez fight would have been bad if that's the fight you've been offered. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a bad choice. I don't think that's bad at all that they offered you that fight after offering you 3 main event fights that you lost to. And all due respect, Joanna, you're an elite. You're an elite. You're a champion. You always will be a champion. You defended the title 5 times. I think 6. I don't. I think 5 or 6 times. You defended the title. Nobody has defended the strawweight title longer than you have, other than a different division, which is Ronda Rousey. Nobody. That's why you will always be elite champion. All these other strawweights are getting the belt and losing it in the next fight, or defending it once and then losing it in the second defense. So you are elite, Joanna, but you lost 3 consecutive main event fights, 3 of them. When does UFC have the right to say, okay, you got to climb back up the ranks again? When? Let me know what you guys think. I mean, is Joanna right? Is she wrong? I mean, will she be always a champion? I believe she will always be a champion to me. But it is what it is. Everybody has the difference of an opinion. All I know is I thank you for sitting at my table. This is Black Shy Guy. I'm out of here. Peace.